Tennessee American Water Company sent warning letters to thousands of customers yesterday, warning that lead and galvanized steel pipes could be leading into their homes. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Kim Chapman with you.
And I'm Latricia Thomas. Tennessee American told us they were required to send the letter by the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation. The letters were sent to any customers whose service lines were made of lead, galvanized steel, or unknown metal.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says exposure to lead in water can be harmful to human health, even at low exposure levels. In October, the Environmental Protection Agency announced that drinking water systems across the country are required to identify and replace lead pipes within 10 years.
One of the voices pushing to get rid of lead pipes was former EPA scientist Ronnie Levin, now an instructor at Harvard.
Today, News Channel 9 Shakai Spikes talked with Levin about the risks associated with lead pipes and what Tennessee American customers should know.
Tennessee American Water sent 40,000 customers this letter saying a portion or all of the water service line serving their property is made of lead or galvanized steel.
The lead that does get into drinking water is because of the time that water is touching the pipes or the valves or the faucets that might have leaded material.
We asked the EPA the health effects that could potentially affect those that consume lead coming out of their faucet.
Behavioral problems in children, it can lower IQ scores, it can slow development. For a pregnant woman, it can affect the development of the fetus. And then even for adults, it can have health effects such as hypertension, high blood pressure.
How do you know that there's not elevated lead levels in your water that comes out of your faucet at home? Harvard School of Public Health Ronnie Levin says that you should ask Tennessee American Water to test it.
You want your customers to say, I want you to come here and test using the protocols, the sampling requirements that EPA uses. And they should do that.
But the utility says their tests reveal the water meets drinking water standards related to lead. So who should be concerned?
People who consume a lot of water, pregnant women, infants on formula, children, athletes, these are the people who consume more. Chattanooga, Tennessee is slightly warmer than average, so there's a higher consumption of water where it's warmer.
The letter says the service line is owned partially by Tennessee American and partially by the property owner. The utility says they will pay to replace the portion on their own. We received over 100 comments on our Facebook post of consumers saying that they don't understand what the letter is telling them to do.
Their water is generally in compliance, but they are perceiving a risk in homes that have elevated lead presence in the plumbing. And so that's what they're talking about.
Shakai Spikes, News Channel 9.
Tennessee American Water tells us they have an interactive map to show customers what material their service lines are made of. You can find a link to that under the story on our website, newschannel9.com.